Thanks for staying with Newsnight. Our second big focus story tonight. While it is known that a certain section within the Congress party is miffed with the reservation awarded to the Jats, Headlines Today has accessed a letter written by Congress National Spokesperson Rashid Alvi to the Congress chief Sonia Gandhi, expressing deep displeasure over this very sensitive issue. A very upset Alvi questions the timing and the reason behind awarding reservation to the Jat community in central government jobs, particularly after massive riots in Muzaffarnagar last year, and said it sent out a wrong signal to the Muslim community in particular, who saw Jats as perpetrators of the violence in which they lost family members, land and also their source of livelihood. Rashid Alvi's voice of rebellion comes as a big embarrassment for the Congress party and could hurt its minority vote bank going into the 2014 fight. Rashid Alvi echoed the sentiment of another senior minority leader within the party, K. Rahman Khan, who was also unhappy after the nod to reservation for Jat community in the central list of OBCs in 9 states, despite the National Commission for Backward Classes actually opposing the move. Rashid Alvi says that the Congress's failure to pass the communal violence bill has hurt the party's image. Joining us now is senior Congress party leader Abid Rasool Khan. Also with us is senior journalist and commentator Nalini Singh. Welcome to you both. In just a short while from now, we'll also be joined by senior BJP leader Meenakshi Lekhi. Abid Rasool Khan, if I could come to you first, sir. Do you, like Rashid Alvi, believe that it was a fundamental error to provide this reservation to the Jat community because of the signal that it sends out to the minorities, to the Muslim communities, sir?
Shiv, the first issue is that what Rashid Alvi has written and then given to the media, it is his personal opinion, and as a party we do not subscribe to his thoughts. Secondly, the issue of Jat reservation, what he has raked up, I feel that this reservation's demand was there not from today or tomorrow or the riots, but it was there from the time of the Mandal Commission report, and they were asking for it, and the reservation always is given.
But it comes right after the Muzaffarnagar riots and just before the elections, sir.
No, okay.
The timing is extremely important.
And the timing, whether it has come after the riots or before the riot, is of not much importance, because the issue is of a community, and the issue concerns a community, not just the rioters who were involved in it. Thirdly, the issue about Muzaffarnagar, what is being taken up. Muzaffarnagar riots, more than the Jats, it is the BJP who is responsible for the riots, and some wayward elements from a community may have been involved in the riots to give it a communal flaw.
But Mr. Khan, you know, when you say that this is Rashid Alvi's personal opinion,
has said that they are involved in it by honoring the people who were accused in the riots.
Are you honestly saying that, Mr. Khan, are you honestly saying that Rashid Alvi is a fringe leader? I mean, he's a senior leader, he's been a national spokesperson of your party, he's written a very agonized, anguished letter to Sonia Gandhi, saying that this is going to hurt the party's image. Surely you can't say that he's a fringe leader and this is his personal opinion.
I never said that. What I said is, even I am speaking on your channel as a national spokesperson of the party.
Yes.
And I have also put in about 30 years of service in the public, in my community.
Certainly.
And in the party. The point here is, at the time when the elections are on the head, and we are going for the elections, and we are trying to give opportunity to the country to vote for an alliance which is for inclusive growth and which is for right-based approach. At this time, to get ourselves excluded and start writing this type of letters.
But there are very damaging things that are said in this letter. Very damaging things said in the letter by Rashid Alvi, to Congress President Sonia Gandhi. Nalini, if I could bring you in right now, how damaging is this? Abid Rasool Khan says those are his personal opinions. The Congress party doesn't subscribe to them. But can they really be ignored? Because he says, this has sent out a very wrong signal on 2 counts. One, it appears to be rewarding a community, that antagonized the Muslims during the Muzaffarnagar riots. And 2, the failure of the Congress party to, enact the Prevention of Communal Violence bill is a second big failure, Nalini.
Shiv, I think that on this count of what kind of damage it's doing, it is going to dent. The Congress has very assiduously and over a long period cultivated its Muslim house, its Muslim mohalla, its Muslim vote bank. And now, on the eve of the Lok Sabha elections, if a leader like Rashid Alvi, who has been with the Congress since 2004, should make this kind of statement, actually it will dead. But I think Rashid Alvi at the same time is asking the Congress party to run a very difficult obstacle race at this time when its passage should be smooth to the 7th of April onward up to 12th of May. So what's really happening is it's asking for in a way, a kind of impossibility, passing of the Prevention of Communal Violence Bill, which was opposed so vigorously. Secondly, he's also saying that in a way overturn the Jat reservation or open it up to the Muslims, and incidentally Salman Khurshid had already asked for 4.5% reservation for Muslims. So these are contentious issues. Is Rashid Alvi serious about making these demands, or is it the politics of opportunism? And is he going to join the ranks of the marginalized, migrating leaders of these Lok Sabha elections, and is he going somewhere else?
Okay.
For instance, I checked with the BSP and they said under no circumstances is Rashid Alvi going to come back to the BSP. As you know, he was expelled from the BSP. So is he going back, is he going then to the Samajwadi Party or to the Aam Aadmi Party or to the BJP? These are questions which are political questions just now.
Let me put a second question. Taking off from that, let me put a second question to Abid Rasool Khan. Mr. Khan, when you spoke about the BJP and the polarization of the polity within Uttar Pradesh at this time, Rashid Alvi, he doesn't really say it overtly in his letter, but the sense really is that the reservation that has been announced for the Jat community is a reaction to what has happened in Uttar Pradesh, and that the Congress has simply, made a knee-jerk reaction because it's terrified of losing that vote in Uttar Pradesh, and therefore it's selective appeasement which will simply ignore a traditional vote bank, which is the Muslims, Mr. Khan.
Shiv, there are two issues.
That is grounded in reality. You must admit that that's not a fairy tale vision that Rashid Alvi has had.
Yes. I am talking very straight and from my heart.
Yes.
What I would like to say on your channel today is that involving or putting the total community into some sort of bracket when some people from that community, a couple of them or 10 or 15 of them, go wayward and go against the laws of the nation is absolutely wrong. This has hurt all communities, not only Jats, it has hurt the minorities also, where a couple of wayward people have been again equated to the community. So I feel on a national channel, this type of comparison is definitely not in the interest of the country or not in the interest of the community.
But it's a senior leader like Mr. Alvi who's making that comparison, sir.
Yeah, let me complete it. On the second issue of the communal violence bill, it has been always equated to minorities and then to Muslims, but it is not so. The bill has no place said that it is for a community. It is for all the oppressed of whatever community it may be, who may be involved in a communal riot, and the police officers who may support them. So just getting in the equated to the minority community is a disservice to the bill more than a service to the bill. I feel that these type of people who have written these type of letters have done more damage for the bill than getting it into an act.
Mr. Khan, the fact that the contents of this letter are now out and that people out there are going to look at this not as a fringe leader making noise, but a respected face of the Congress writing a letter respectfully to the Congress president, raising these very specific issues. Is it not true, Mr. Khan, just take my question, is it not true that this feeds the BJP's own assertion that the Congress appeases communities strictly based on political calculations, which brings me back to the timing point as well, Mr. Khan?
If it was appeasement, we would have got reservation. If it was appeasement, we would have got number of other things. It is, as I am telling you, the letter, if it was an anguished letter from a senior leader to the party president, it should have gone to her directly without going to the press. Once it has gone to the press, the people know why it has gone to the press. Though no need for me to come on the channel and say why it has gone to the press.
But you still can't dismiss the contents of the letter, sir.
Why it has gone to the press.
Okay, Mr. Khan.
But the contentions of the letter, which I was discussing with you on the channel, all the three aspects, I don't agree with this contention as a Muslim leader.
Okay.
First of all, the timing. Second, the point that he has brought in about the community itself being discriminated or being subjected to exclusion just because of some people there can also boomerang on the minorities.
Let me get a BJP response. We're joined by Meenakshi Lekhi. Finally, welcome to the show, ma'am. Thanks for joining us. Meenakshi, you've heard what Abid Rasul Khan just said. He says Rashid Alvi's letter is his personal view. The Congress party, doesn't subscribe to it. He finds the timing suspect. The fact that it's been shared with the media is suspect. The BJP has persistently attacked the Congress, calling it pseudo-secular, questioning the secular credentials, the whole issue of appeasement. What do you think of Rashid Alvi's letter? Can it simply be dismissed in this fashion, Ms. Lekhi?
No, you see, when Mr. Abid Rasul Khan calls himself a Muslim leader, I'm sure Mr. Rashid Alvi is as much a Muslim leader as Mr. Abid Rasul Khan. There cannot be anybody being more or less. Somebody coming from Hyderabad and somebody else coming from Uttar Pradesh is as relevant in India, because end of the day it is the Muslim community which has been pitted against the Hindus, and Hindus have been pitted against the Muslims because of two reasons. One, that issues which are affecting the national integrity and security have been converted into Hindu-Muslim issues. For example, LET, IM, etc., have been converted into the issues between two communities, which are actually issues pertaining to nationality and national security. For example, infiltration by Bangladeshi immigrants also have been converted into Hindu-Muslim issue, whereas that is an issue again pertaining to the citizens of this country, because resources for whom? For Indians, not for outsiders. When things go wrong, and this is one aspect. The second aspect is when economy goes down, every mother, be it a Hindu mother, be it a Muslim mother, be it a Christian, Sikh or whatever mother, wants that the children should get educated, they should get jobs, which is not happening. Every woman wants her husband to return back home with safe, secure, and she should have a right to just move around freely, which is not happening. And these are the issues which affect us as a country, as a nation.
Okay, I'm going to give Rashid Abid Rasul Khan a moment to respond to that, but I just quickly want to bring in Nalini once again. Nalini, how damaging is this for the Congress? I mean, because right now it appears that it appears that Rashid Alvi is being sort of painted as a bit of a loose cannon. He's chosen his timing really well. There may be an axe to grind. That's the insinuation, at least. Specifically speaking. But how damaging is this for the Congress?
Shiv, I'm sorry, I lost the audio and the video there. So, but I would say that in answer to your question, it's pretty damaging. See, in Muzaffarnagar, if you remember, the Prime Minister went himself. He admonished Mulayam Singh Yadav. Rahul Gandhi went himself. The Congress party has gone out of its way, and it constituted the Sachar committee, and we've all heard about its findings and what the Congress party did after that. It has done a lot in the minority affairs ministry. So I would say that having nurtured this this vote bank, then suddenly to have somebody like Rashid Alvi, who was not a nobody, he was a spokesman of the Congress party, to toss it around like this at this delicate juncture of the eve of the Lok Sabha elections is not without its consequences for the Congress party. But I think that actually the Congress party can raise many questions to Rashid Alvi if it wants to get out of this tight corner, because at this moment to ask for the impossible, to ask for passing of a bill when the Parliament has been prorogued, he wants an ordinance on it. Now, you know that ordinance of this nature is not going to go down too well. So, Congress party should ask exactly what he wants. So, is this migrating one bird out of this flock and going somewhere else? Maybe Meenakshi Lekhi can tell you whether he is going to the BJP.
Let's find out. Let's find out from Abid Rasul Khan. Mr. Khan, will Rashid Alvi be engaged on these very serious points that he's raised, or is he just going to be isolated, as a fringe character who's chosen his timing really badly and made everybody really uncomfortable in the Congress party?
Shiv, even the method adopted, if he had raised some valid points, definitely the party would have considered. But in my opinion, all the points which he has raised are his personal agenda which he has raised to get personal mileage, but not in the interest of the party or in the interest of the Muslim community or the minority community.
No,
Secondly, Nalini ji equating
are you suggesting that
Muslims
action will be taken against Rashid Alvi? Could he be in trouble within the party then?
What the party decides is for the party to decide. I cannot speak on behalf of the party because this has come only today, and I am not briefed on this to speak on this. So I personally feel that the points which he has tried to raise in his letters have no relevance as far as minority issues are concerned, because the people will see through the letter and the people will see through the motives of the letter. The second point,
Meenakshi Lekhi, Nalini tossed a question to you about Rashid Alvi, but also
Muslim as a vote bank is very damaging. They should be equated as the citizens of this country, not as a vote bank or a separate identity or this. Thirdly, on the issue of my friend Lekhi ji saying that we are trying to play politics and we are trying to get people divided and Hindu and Muslim separate. I feel that is the agenda of their party, who have their own BJP leader by name Subramanian Swamy has said that this is our agenda, and the second agenda what he has declared on your channel itself was to say that the minorities will be broken up into groups to get their votes. This is his words which have been told on your channel when I was a co-panelist on it.
Nalini has something to add to that, and then I'm going to Meenakshi Lekhi.
Let me complete a small point. I will just take half a minute.
Quickly.
On the Assam issue, what Lekhi ji is saying about Muslims or Bengalis, I would like to say, as long as you say that the infiltrators will be sent back, it is fine. But when their prime ministerial candidate says that Hindus will be allowed and the Muslims will be sent back, and the Muslims in Bengal would be also sent back, so that shows the mindset of the party. It doesn't show the inclusiveness.
Nalini, go ahead.
You know, Shiv, and I say this especially to Rasoolji, he's quite right that all minorities and absolutely every citizen of India should only be regarded as a citizen of India.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid that the Congress party, along with other parties, have failed to do that.
That's right.
And
yes.
They have raised these distinctions in the minds of ordinary Indians. We do not want, in fact, you know, I get the feeling that we are standing in sand with a sense of erosion of Indianness. And therefore we have to get over this.
Okay.
But I would say that, you know, if you look at the track record of the Samajwadi Party just now, in the last 2 years there have been 117 communal riots, and in the BSP there were none. So if now the Muslim minority thinks that it needs to migrate to the BSP, can you actually fault them? Because maybe it thinks that Samajwadi Party, although I'm not at all claiming that Samajwadi Party has lost the confidence of the Muslims. No, not yet. But I would say that, you know, the Congress should be doing something. And I agree with you that you've got a little bit of a body blow in this letter from Rashid Alvi.
Okay, given that Meenakshi Lekhi joined us last, I'm going to leave the last word with her. We've got just about a minute left. Meenakshi, closing comments also, you know, specifically responding to what Abid Rasool Khan said. Is this a raw nerve that Rashid Alvi has touched, which is why, you know, the reaction and the things being said about him, not just by Mr. Khan, but, you know, by persons in the Congress in general, you know, are so sharp?
Knowingly or unknowingly, he has actually exposed the raw nerve, and the exposure has come from a Muslim leader himself, who happens to be a party member, especially on issues when Mr. Khan has raised about Hindus and Muslims from Bangladesh. Let me tell him that at the time of independence in 1947, the Muslim population in India was close to 9%, which has risen to 18%.
Okay.
So far as Muslim population in Pakistan was concerned, it was 12%, and it has reduced to less than 1%. In Bangladesh, up to 1972, the Hindu population was 38%, and which is less than 7%. So the rights of Hindus have been abrogated in the joint India which it was. So Hindus need to be given asylum because these countries are not safe for Hindus, and they are made refugees on the ground of religion, and they are persecuted. It is for this reason Hindus need to be protected. So far as Muslims are concerned, they are found indulging, and when they migrate from those areas to this area, found in anti-Hindu and anti-national activities, anti-India activities. It is for this reason they need to be sent back, and Muslims in India need to realize
we're entirely out of time.
To India.
Okay, we're entirely out of time on this debate. One other important point that Rashid Alvi actually made in his letter, apart from the communal violence bill and the Jat reservation issue, was that there are vested interests. He said there are vested interests within the Congress that are working to actually undermine issues ahead of the 2014 fight. We'll have to see if more details come out and to see also how the Congress party actually deals with people like Rashid Alvi, who appears to have hit a raw nerve with the grand old party. That's all we have time for on Newsnight tonight. Thanks very much, Abid Rasool Khan, Meenakshi Lekhi and Alani Singh on this debate.